So I am a diehard, well, used to be a diehard Duran fan. And when people would say, when I would tell people that I love Duran Duran, then they would say something like, "Oh, Hunger Like the Wolf, I like that song," or "Yeah, Rio, I like that song." It would be like, girl, that is like, that's almost like a Grateful Dead fan hearing somebody say, "Yeah, Touch of Grey, I really like that song," or the Beatles, "Yeah, Help was a really good song." It's like, that doesn't even scratch the surface. Duran Duran, if you hear the, it's because of the windshield wipers. Duran Duran had amazing music on their B-sides. Oh my God. One of my favorite songs is called Hold Back the Rain, which was the last song on side 1 of the Rio album. Oh, and yes, we're talking vinyl. It's snowing, as you can see. I'm out and about kind of early for me. I'm an early riser, but I'm not usually out and about at this time of day. It's 9:17 in the morning. I'm gonna actually do like some real vlogging today. I'm on my way to the grocery store. I had a very good day with my arm yesterday, had very little pain, and for some reason today it's like I can't even think about anything else. The pain is making me nauseous. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm feeling very fat today because I ate stupid fucking baked ziti for dinner, with a ton of cheese, and it had salt, and I'm feeling so puffy, and look at this. Jesus Christ. I gotta do something. Anyway, it's gonna be a heavy Scentsy day today also, so I'll be showing you something later that got delivered last night. I've been getting deliveries like, at this time of year, it's very normal. I get deliveries like every day. Because Scentsy will actually split up the deliveries. They'll split up the orders just so that they can churn out as many packages as possible. Okay, enough with you, windshield wiper. Jesus, sounds like you're farting. I have no bread in my house. I have no milk in my house, like nut milks, and actually my son is begging me to buy cow's milk now. Yeah, so I have to do some grocery shopping. I am done at the school. I am going to be there on Friday just to deliver some Scentsy. The ladies in the lunchroom, they drink Scentsy. They love it. So every time I walk in there, they're like, "Oh my God, I need to place an order." They place more orders than some of my other regular customers on the internet. So I have to do that on Friday, but I don't have any active events to do for the school at all until after the new year, which is really nice, and it's the 11th. So there you go. I am not going to vlog in public. I'm not going to like take you around to the grocery store, because who the hell needs to see that? But yeah, expect a little bit more today. Okay, so my goal today was to vlog all day and to keep you part of my day. But that didn't happen, obviously. Right now it's 5:55 at night. I had 3 full-blown panic attacks today. That doesn't usually happen to me. It started with seeing a water bug in my kitchen. Now, I am a really, really strong person. I am very, I have a very strong constitution. I don't have a lot of fear. When it comes to mice, rodents, snakes, lizards, I don't have any problems with mice. When my husband and I have had rats, we've had like vanity rats as like pets. When I met my husband, he had like 28 different like kinds of reptiles and animals and stuff. I've had snakes wrapped around my neck. I've held them, whatever. But when it comes to insects, it's a different story for me. So I ended up calling my neighbor because I couldn't breathe. I was screaming my head off. I called her up. She came, thank God. She chased him away. She didn't kill it. We tried. We tried to vacuum him. Obviously, we didn't get him, so now I can bring my vacuum back into the house because my vacuum is actually outside. I was hoping somebody would steal my vacuum cleaner because it's on my stoop right now. Because I didn't know if the bug was in there or not. Now, we're talking about a bug, okay? Do I have my ruler here? I don't have my ruler right here, but he was literally about that, like that, okay? Very long legs, antenna, brown, water bug. If you don't know what a water bug is, just Google it, okay? I'm going to stop thinking about it. So she calmed me down, even though I knew that the bug was still someplace, whether it was in my vacuum cleaner or behind my refrigerator or whatever. As I'm calming down with that, I get a phone call from my doctor, who proceeds to tell me that I have 3 tears in my shoulder, and it's, his words, riddled with arthritis. Great. He said, don't worry, it's nothing that you need surgery for, but we're going to have to treat this. And I'm like, yes, because, hi, there's pain. Unfortunately, there's no treatment for arthritis other than physical therapy and pain management, anti-inflammatories, that kind of thing. So that sent me upset again. I go and I make my Sensi deliveries, and I'm listening to Howard Stern. I'm trying to forget about everything that had happened earlier in the day. And my son and I, we go to Target and I buy bug spray, and we come home and I'm doing dishes, which is on the other side of the room from where I originally saw the bastard. And I'm doing dishes, and as I'm doing dishes, there's one in the sink, inches away from my hand. Okay. Thank God my children were home, because if they hadn't been home, I literally would have ran out of the house and gotten in my car and probably killed somebody because I was in such a panic. My fear of insects is not rational. I understand that. I don't need anybody to tell me that they can't hurt me or they don't bite. It's not about that. It upsets me also that my kids saw me have this panic attack. It was about an hour and a half ago. So I was supposed to do a live broadcast tonight. I had to cancel that. Okay, sorry. Needed to compose myself a little bit. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. That's what I'm worried about. So there's probably an Ambien in my future. I try not to take them every day. I rarely take them 2 days in a row. I rarely take them more than 2 or 3 times a week. I know that Ambien has been like a nightmare drug for a lot of people. But for me, the trazodone was the nightmare drug. I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, I actually did, for the very first time in my entire life, I did have suicidal thoughts when I took trazodone 3 nights in a row. And it also didn't even help me sleep. So there's that. So I'm probably going to be taking Ambien tonight. I'm probably going to be having my children help me change my sheets, because that's going to be the only way that I'll be able to be comfortable. All of a sudden, all this, I don't want to say OCD lightly, because if you're not diagnosed with OCD, you probably really shouldn't use the term, and I have not been. I try not to use the term OCD. I try not to use ADD or ADHD, because I haven't been diagnosed with any of that. But I do have triggers, okay? I don't mean to be, I feel like being triggered is a little bit of a millennial concept, but bugs trigger me big time, to the point where things need to be clean or I need to leave. and it's hard for me to clean because a lot of times, I don't know why, but for some reason, well, I guess I do know why, you're disturbing nests, you're disturbing, dust and air and the dust bunnies and that kind of thing. And so bugs naturally, actually, I feel like I end up seeing bugs when I'm cleaning. And that's what I was going to do today. I was going to fart around my house and vacuum and dust and clean. And I couldn't do any of that. My anxiety has a tendency to paralyze me. Back in the day when I was anxious, I used to get so much done because I would be afraid to sit still. And now, ever since I'm like 40, 42 years old, when I become anxious, I literally can't do anything. If I feel overwhelmed, I can't do any of the things that I feel like I need to do. So my house is wrecked. It's a mess. I have so many things that I want to vlog about and not be this. I don't want to be vlogging like this, but this is MetallicaMom right now. Today on December 11th, I have a Star Wars warmer that I wanted to show you guys. I have a whole new boatload of wax. I have these enchanted pumpkins that have been sold out forever that got delivered yesterday. I wanted to unbox one of them and show them to you, even though you can't get it because it's so beautiful. I have stuff. I have empties. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I'm supposed to have a broadcast with my friend Matt tonight on Wax Chat Wednesday. That's not going to happen. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I know that a lot of people are going to empathize and they're going to reach out, and that's great. I would love to hear that part of it. Having a phobia of insects is like a big deal. I actually couldn't even sit in the next room when my parents were watching Arachnophobia. When was that? 1988, 1989, something like that. I was sitting in the kitchen and they were watching it in the living room and I couldn't. I was like freaking out. It's not a convenient phobia to have because there's not always going to be somebody there with you to kill the bug, right? Which is what happened to me earlier today. My neighbor's been so super understanding. I keep on texting her like, I'm so sorry that, I interrupted your day and I seemed so silly. I'm apologizing because I feel silly that I'm standing there shaking and crying over a bug. But she said that, she's the same way about mice. So we just made an agreement that if she ever sees a mouse, I'll come up and I'll catch it for her. And if I ever see a bug again, she'll do a little bit of a better job. All she really did was sort of push her behind the cabinet. And I'm choosing to believe that the one that I saw in the sink later in the day is the same one. I'm going to choose to believe that. Because I don't have bugs in my apartment. So occasionally I'll have an ant problem, and that's usually in the spring. Ants are probably the only bugs that don't bother me. Ants and flies. I can handle ants and flies. But even dragonflies, I know they're harmless. I know they're beautiful. When I see people who have like a big, beautiful dragonfly on their blouse, or they have a tattoo of a dragonfly, I'm like, are you fucking nuts? They have like an iridescent wing, like I can't even. Happy Wednesday, December 11th. I'm sorry that this video wasn't exactly the way I thought. So this is going to be kind of long. So it's 3 or 4 minutes this morning and then 10 minutes now. Sorry about that. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.